Hello everyone, welcome to Eclipse. My name is Jessica. In this video, we'll be doing another request on future spouse, and this will be the overall first impression that you both will have of each other when you first meet. I have 4 stacks for you all today to choose from. We have Amethyst, Rose Quartz, Labradorite, and lastly Adventurine. You can choose whichever stack or stacks call out to you, and you can check the description box or the comment section for timestamps if you'd like to skip directly to those stacks. Also, if you're not looking for a future spouse or you're not like wanting to get married, but you want to know about maybe your life partner or somebody that you'll end up with long term, you can just sort of change things around and go with that energy instead of that future spouse energy. So we'll go ahead and get started. Remember, you can choose whichever stacks you want, however many you want, and just take whatever you feel is meant for you in each reading. So let's go ahead and get started. So now with our first stack here, we have Amethyst. I'm going to go ahead and put it over here. First card we have coming out for this future spouse or this life partner, this person that you're going to be with for a long time. We have the Hanged Man. Next we have the Knight of Cups. So good cards coming out already. We have the Two of Wands. We have the Lovers. Very good card to come out here. We have the Emperor with focus and stability, and we have Between Worlds. So already we're seeing some very strong energies here, and some strong sort of feelings that I'm getting within this first impression. We see the Hanged Man. I always see this Hanged Man in this illustration as like he's really actually happy to be there. It's like almost like he wants to be there, like he put himself there and he's just sort of relaxing and hanging out in just a place that just makes him happy. You see the Knight of Cups, which is like the arrival of a love, a arrival of a true love, a pure love, and a very strong love. And the Two of Wands, always like the one that's sort of waiting for the sign that this is the one, And then finally we have the Lovers. So with that first row, immediately what I'm getting in here is that first meeting, the first interaction you have, that overall first impression that you both have of each other, that this is the one. This is like a soulmate. This is a strong soul connection that's coming through here, where you really feel like you're meant to be with this person. There's something very great about just this overall feeling that's within these cards. Like it just seems here like there's such a positive energy, and especially with that Hanged Man, because I always see it as just like somebody who's just happy to be in that position. It might seem like it's not a positive position to be in, but I feel like whatever both of you have been through in recent years, or whatever's been going on recently for you, I feel like you both had this time of sort of suffering, or where there's like been a lot of issues where you've tried to get control over things, and it just almost seems like things just aren't like falling into place at the time that you hoped they would, or it just seems like there's almost like no response from the universe no matter what you're asking for. It doesn't seem like things are being brought into you, and I feel like there's been a lot of hard work on like both of your sides, and either with those relationships that just didn't work out, or you might have actually felt tired of being in a relationship with that Hanged Man next to that Knight of Cups. It might have been that you've just been like, maybe if I stay away from people for a little while, like I can sort things out and figure out something to steer clear of those types in the future. But it just seems like you're both sort of going through that, where there's like you want a relationship, you want to be with somebody, you want this in the future, but it seems like there's just been some issues that have either been preventing you from a relationship, or that have like sort of put a sour note on relationships in general. But I see this as a fresh relationship, so something that is new, something that you haven't experienced before, somebody that brings out the best in you, and you really bring out the best in them. And upon this like first meeting, I feel like you both are able to talk to each other so openly and really bond with each other. Like there's a lot of similarities, there's a lot of things that you're able to talk about. At the same time, you don't feel like you have to tell this person a lot. Like you almost feel like they understand what you're saying before you've even said it. They understand where you're coming from. They have a almost like this higher level connection with you. And I think that with that Knight of Cups being that arrival of a true love or pure love, and that Two of Wands sort of next to each other, I see it as something that like both of you have been waiting so long for, and it just didn't seem like it was the right time in the past. It didn't seem like it was the time where you where any relationship could have been successful for you. Mainly I'm seeing that because we have the Emperor at the bottom with focus and stability next to between worlds, where it's sort of showing that things weren't stable for you for a while, or they weren't stable for either one of you. And that's why it was just like relationships were not successful. There wasn't ever going to be something that could work out at that time because there were other things that you needed to focus on. So you're entering the stage where everything is sort of in place. You have the world in your hands. You're able to look out and say, like, I'm where I need to be, I'm where I want to be, and I see a brighter future. Now it's all about like having that person come in where that soulmate can finally be there alongside you. Like you're waiting for them, you know they're coming through, and this person also knows that. Like they know that you're waiting for them to come through. And it's sort of like that sign that says it's okay to step out, onto this journey toward each other. And I feel like when you meet, that first impression is like, oh, I finally found this person. Like there they are in front of me. Here are all the signs that are sort of like pointing to like this person being that soulmate connection, the one that you've been waiting a long time for. And I feel like that overall connection, it's instant. You meet each other, you talk to each other, and there's just this brightness. Like there are like endless smiles. Just you're able to just sit there and either sit in silence. You don't need to talk, or just talk about everything. Like you're immediately able to open up with this person. This person just seems like, even though this is like a first impression, it almost seems like you've known them your entire life. Like they just have that presence about them, and they feel the same way about you. Like you're just able to share so much with this person because it's so special what's going on here. So with the Emperor focus and stability in between worlds, I will say right now it does seem like you either haven't met this person, or it seems like um you're just not at the stage where this can progress into a relationship, or you might have met this person, but it doesn't seem like it was able to grow. So it still seems like there's a transition period for you right now before this person can um, come through. I do see them coming through pretty soon, so it's not anything to be worried about, but we need to go from sort of like waiting, in this position, into that movement, into that brighter position where you can actually be in that relationship, in that successful place where things are just working out for both of you. And I really think like here we're seeing such a positive reading with this first impression of you two just really feeling like an immediate bond, an immediate connection going on here. And if anything, it might be that we're seeing between worlds because this person sort of gets you to that finish line where like they're that relationship helps you over that last hurdle in life, getting you to either a brighter place where you're able to see things clearly, or just a place where things finally feel complete. Like you have everything that you were hoping for and nothing is missing. I think overall we're seeing just such positivity, and you feel that immediately. Like you really do feel an immediate connection to this person. That first impression is like just like this is the one. This is the person that you're meant to be with, and it's so strong here within this reading. Like you just look at each other and you feel that energy. You see that person as just being the one that you're meant to be with long term. So that's what I'm seeing here with this first reading and Amethyst. So you see something that's really like leaning toward just having a very strong bond immediately. Yes, a very deep connection with this person upon that first meeting. So I want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch whatever portion of this video you have. I hope you and all your loved ones are doing well and staying safe and healthy. And I wish you a beautiful, wonderful day, week, and year. Bye-bye. Starting off with our second stack here, we have rose quartz. We're going to put it over here for the time being. It comes to your future spouse or this long-term love interest, this life partner of yours, whatever you feel connected to. We have strength coming out as our first card. Next, we have the Nine of Cups. We have the Knight of Swords. Oh, we have the Three of Pentacles. So some good cards here. The Queen of Crystals, and lastly, we have TikTok. So we have Queen of Crystals with comfort and prosperity. This is a lot to this sort of entire stack. We're seeing a lot of cards that sort of almost like confirm the other cards. They say a lot about this relationship. And with the Strength card coming in that first position, it seems like with both of you, this is a positive step towards something that maybe you've been hesitant toward. So it could be that you've been hesitant toward a new relationship or putting yourself out there. It might be that you've been worried about starting a relationship due to previous relationships or things ending. It might also be that you're worried about taking this relationship to another level with somebody that might be just like a friend or an acquaintance, just reconnecting with somebody that has uh, fallen to the side when you don't really communicate with a lot. But we see it as taking a step towards something that you've been hoping for, but you're still a little standoffish toward because you don't know how it's going to work out. We see the strength here as representing both of you sort of like taking that step toward a brighter future. Like it's both of you feeling this way. It's like finally like you can do this, you can move forward, you can be in a relationship, you can approach somebody, and there's some positivity that's going to come out of this. We see the Nine of Cups coming in right next to Strength. What's interesting here with this Nine of Cups is rather than sort of seeing somebody alone, right, where we would normally see it in that sort of standard depiction of the Rider Waite Smith tarot, instead of seeing it as one central figure with that Nine of Cups, we actually see two people. So it's sort of saying, now that you have everything where you need it to be, um, this person can come in and you can finally be at that place that you were hoping for. You don't have to be alone, or you can finally feel like things are sort of completed, which is sort of similar to that first stack where you had to focus on other things before you can step into this relationship. But here we're actually seeing that you're ready for this relationship, and that's what's coming through here. It's like you meet this person and your first impression is like, finally this person is here, like finally I've done everything right, I've settled everything, I've gotten everything into proper alignment, everything's where it needs to be for this person to come through. So we see a change from that person who's focused on themselves in that normal Rider-Waite depiction into somebody who is with somebody and very happy here. So very, very positive first impression with just those two cards alone. We also see the Knight of Swords that is like sort of charging toward that Nine of Cups, as saying this is something that you really feel an immediate calling to. You feel a great connection. This person is like, this is somebody that I need to make sure I stay in touch with. This is somebody that I need to contact. Make sure that I tell them I have these feelings for them, or that I'd like to see this go somewhere, because it's something that is really immediately important to you, and that's why you're like both of you are going to really start investing a lot in this relationship immediately. Like you see this as something that is different, as something that you've been waiting a while for, or that you've been trying to get for a while, and now it's finally there and you're like going after it. You're not holding back this time. So three cards down, and it's just seemingly like a really great first impression. I feel like you just have a great like sort of understanding when it comes to what you both want, and you're not willing to let it slip by. Like you're just all in, ready to take this and move forward with it. Then we see a very positive card coming through here with the Three of Pentacles, where not only are we seeing that it's representing that communication, being able to talk to each other, really be on the same page. But we're also seeing what would be like another person here. So people who really do like this person. A lot of people being very accepting or embracing of this person. So if anything, we're actually seeing that you get along well with this person, as well as those important people in your life that you might be worried about, like wondering if they'll like them, how they'll feel about them. But I feel like these other people that you really like, you want to know their feelings. You want to know sort of like you want their approval when it comes to relationships. We see that with that card, we're actually seeing that they do approve of this person and they will like this person. So we see that like it's something that is it's not like childish here. It's very mature in your understanding of this. Everything has been settled. Everything is where it needs to be in order for you to move forward with this relationship. And that's why this relationship is coming in. And that's why you're wanting to move into that relationship and chase after that relationship. And it's for both of you. It's not just one of you feeling these emotions. It's both of you feeling this immediate connection and you're wanting to move forward. We also have TikTok. So we're seeing that it's sort of almost like it feels like it's moving too fast, but at the same time there's such a strong connection here that you almost feel like it's right. But I do feel that since we have a couple of cards that are countering that sort of like Knight of Swords and that TikTok, we are seeing that it's not going to be like too fast. So not to worry about like things like moving in and like everything's done in a second. It does take some time. It does seem like a good amount of time here, like when you meet to when things get very serious, like proceeds into that sort of marriage stage, that life partner stage. But I feel like overall, because of these cards that are coming out, it seems like immediately you do feel like at home with this person. First impression is that this person is really comfortable to be around. And we have comfort here, which is funny. We have the Queen of Crystals with comfort. This person is somebody you're very comfortable with, somebody you talk to easily, somebody who's bringing you out of what might have been either a negative past or past that you've been holding on to for a while because you haven't had the opportunity to move forward. And it's somebody who you feel like really completes you, and that's why there's so much like movement toward this. I see it as like a really strong connection, something like you both feel this way. And mainly with that Nine of Cups, because we do see a couple there. Well, normally we actually wouldn't see that couple. We would just see that one person. I see it as like a sign, almost like this person. If you haven't met them yet, it seems like they're coming in very soon. Like when you're reading this, we're seeing that arrival of this person very soon because it's showing that you've completed whatever you needed to in order to sort of like get into the stage where you can be in this relationship. Overall, very good first impression that I'm seeing here with this second stack and rose quartz. Just a very strong bond, and I feel like there's just so much to this. Like you're both on the same page. So that's what I'm seeing here. I hope that something was able to resonate with you, and I want to thank you for taking the time to watch whatever portion of this video you have. And I hope that you and all your loved ones are doing well. Please have a wonderful day, week, and year. Bye bye. Starting with our third stack here, and this is Labradorite. I'm going to put this over here. It comes to your future spouse or this life partner, this long-term love interest, whichever you're most comfortable with. Our first card is, we have the Sun coming out first. Great card. We have the Ace of Wands, another great card. We have the Sun coming out again, which is really fantastic. Queen of Cups. We have the Knight of Crystals with endurance and determination. And lastly, we have all that glitters. So this seems like a fantastic reading. This is so positive when it comes to this first impression that both of you will have when it comes to that, like the first meeting, the way that you see each other, the way that you greet each other, the overall connection. We're just seeing so much positivity here, so much radiance. And even with that, all that glitters and the sun, we see so much like positivity here, so much like brightness. We also have the Ace of Wands, which is fire, and we're seeing that brightness here. So much just positivity coming through here. And with both of those cards being sun cards, I would lean more toward it being like that instant connection that you two will have here. Like you see each other and it's there. Like you feel it. You know that this person is the one that's meant to be with you. And even though we don't have the lovers, I would lean more toward this person being your soulmate, or that's somebody that you're bonded to, you know, on like a great depth to this relationship. It seems like here alone with just having two positive cards, it's like you see each other and you're like, finally this person is here, you know, like finally this person is in my life. Finally I'm able to talk to this person or meet this person and start up whatever like this sort of future is that you're hoping for. It just seems so positive to have that sun card and the other sun card. Not to mention we have the Ace of Wands, which is almost like saying you're in control in this situation. We have the control over the sun, control over your life, control over your happiness, your bright future. And I really see that as like it's almost like more and more confirmation that this is the right person for you that's coming through, and one that will be with you for a long time. I feel like this is like both of you. This is just a life partner. You know, this is not only a future spouse, this is a life partner. This is somebody that's going to be there with you forever, because it's just like you see it immediately. You're able to communicate with each other well. You have an instant connection. You see each other. It's like your eyes meet and you're like, this person is so special. And not to mention, we have the sun coming out in this first position here with sort of Alice is surrounded by other people, which means that she has approval from other people. So these other people in your life will also feel just as happy for you, will be just as like accepting and welcoming of this person into your life. It just seems like overall just a great amount of positivity. So a lot of acceptance coming through here, an opportunity for you that maybe you didn't feel you would have, or one that feels like is this real, almost like, because we have all that glitters here at the bottom. It's like is it real? All it is, all that glitters really gold? But in this situation, I would say yes, it is. It is all gold here. We are seeing that this is a sincere, real connection here. And you might feel like this is too good, or that like things are going too well, but it's all like real. This is all meant to be. Like you're finally being drawn to this person that you're meant to be with. This opportunity is being presented to you. You see that with the sun. You see this future spouse coming through here, this life partner, the soulmate that is coming through. It's like this opportunity to finally move forward, to finally be in that position that you'd hope for. And we see it like not only are we starting off with the sun, as saying that that's that immediate connection that you feel when you meet this person, we see that you feel even like more like almost like there's a reassurance that's coming through here with that Ace of Wands during that first meeting that only shows you further that this person is right. And then it ends up back into that sun position where it's like continued growth into that just like happiness, like finally finding this person that you're meant to be with. And that is like the first impression, just like you see them and you feel that immediate connection with them. It's all about just being there with them, being able to sit with them, being able to almost like you have this feeling where you've waited to hear their voice for a lifetime, even though you probably didn't meet them yet. Like the first time you hear their voice, I feel like it's something that you almost feel like you've waited forever for, and it feels like home. There's something very special about this person, this relationship. I feel like they feel the same way about you because of the way that these are all sort of laid out. We see that continuation of just so much happiness within all of these cards, so much just positivity here overall. You can't really get anything better coming out. We also have the Queen of Cups, which is a representation of love, of a strong relationship, of a very loving relationship. Somebody who has everything, but I think they value love more than anything else. So even though you have your life together, or working on getting your life together, working on having things that you would hope for, and having like a very comfortable sort of surrounding, we see it as like you still valuing love above all. And I feel like that's the same way with this person. Like the most important thing to them is more like being with somebody that makes them happy, being in a relationship that like they feel like they sort of need to be in, like finding that other half, finding that person that is supposed to complete them, be in their life forever. It really seems like here, even though it seems like a lot, it just seems like so much positivity here with this relationship, just based on that first meeting. It's such a good reading that's coming out here. We also have Knight of Crystals with endurance and determination. So that willingness to put in the work, even though like you feel like there's that immediate connection, it doesn't mean that it's stopping there and you're like, oh, I'm like, I know we're meant to be together, so we don't have to put in any work. It's still like all about moving forward, building up, strengthening things, making sure that you're investing what you need to into this relationship, and knowing that this relationship is worth that investment. So really being accepting of the hard work that's coming, being happy that you've been presented this person, and knowing that you're going to like both equally give it your all to make sure that this relationship is successful. It just seems like you're such a good sign when you meet this person. Like you both have that same energy, that same feeling when it comes to this relationship. You both are just so happy to finally like meet the one. But mainly I would say, because of the cards coming out here, um, because it does seem fresh here, I would say this isn't somebody that you've been in a relationship with before, at least the way that I'm seeing these cards, because it almost seems like we have newness represented twice with the sun, like that birth, that new life there. And it just seems like with the ace here, we're just seeing a lot of things that are somebody representing somebody new rather than somebody old. But mainly that's what I'm seeing here. It's just overall so positive. I feel like this is such an immediate connection here where you just feel like the brightness off of each other. Almost like in an unbelievable sense, but it is real. It is something that is is real for you. And if anything, because you chose Labradorite, Labradorite is a stone that removes negativity, and negativity mainly having to do with like your own negative thoughts toward yourself. So anything that makes you think like, oh, I can't do this, this can't be for me, or this is going to mess up again, because like that's the way things always end up. We do have Labradorite coming through as a reminder to say like this is something positive, and don't ignore it. Don't think that this is negative for you, because this is really coming in through for you very soon. That's what I'm seeing with this third stack here in Labradorite. I hope it was able to like resonate with you or provide you with some sort of answers. I want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch whatever portion of the video you have, and I wish you a wonderful day, week, and year. Bye bye. Starting off here with our fourth stack, our last stack, and Adventurine. So it's going to be placed over there. We're going to go in with your cards for your future spouse, your life partner, long-term love interest, whatever it is you feel connected to. We have our first card, which is the Six of Wands. So a very good card to come out here. Ooh, we have the Lovers. We actually have the Lovers twice today, which is such a rare occurrence for me at least. We have the Nine of Wands. We have the King of Wands. Interesting. So those two cards say a lot already. Oh, we have the Ten of Shells with blessings and well-being, and we have happy, happy. So because of the assortment of cards here, the way that they're sort of being laid out, we have the Six of Wands, and I always see that as a welcomed arrival or somebody who you're happy to see, somebody happy to come in here. I almost wanted to interpret this as somebody who might have been like with you in the past. So this is like a previous relationship. But with the rest of the cards that are coming out here, I almost want to say this is not somebody from the past. It doesn't seem like this is a previous relationship. It seems like this is something new, because it almost seems like a fresh start with the Six of Wands, but also the Nine of Wands coming through here. Seems like there are some issues from a previous relationship that might be still lingering, where you don't know if you're ready for a new relationship, or when this person does come along, you're sort of worried about that previous relationship still affecting your mindset. Could also be that this person is also in that place where they're worried about a previous relationship affecting their mindset. So they're sort of hesitant about moving forward, because it's such a positive card, and we're seeing it as that like celebration of this person's entrance. I do see it as this person, like you see them, you meet them, and it's a very strong connection immediately. And for them to like it goes both ways, or you both feel that strong connection. And I feel like it only grows. It gets stronger and stronger throughout that first meeting. As you two talk, it seems like just it's strengthening. You really see this person as somebody that you can grow old with, or you could spend a long time with, especially with the Lovers coming out here in that illustration, because we see it as Beauty and the Beast, where it's not just a physical attraction. We see that there's depth to it, and with that depth, we see longevity, being able to overlook like the silly things, being able to see this person as like who they really are, and being able to move forward no matter what. If you feel like maybe in the past where there were silly fights, or there are things that weren't quite serious that sort of led you to breakups or separations, this person is completely different than the past. This person is somebody who is really wanting to have a depth to a relationship, a very strong emotional bond, more than anything else. They don't care about the physical, like being like super attractive. Of course, like that doesn't mean that you won't find them attractive. I think this person is just so dedicated to longevity. They really want to make sure that there's a strong bond emotionally, mentally with you. But with that Nine of Wands, I feel like on both parts there's a little hesitation that comes through, and that would be part of that first impression, where it's like very similar to the previous reading, where it's like is this the right person? Is this really something I should like be a part of? Is this too good to be true? And I feel like because of that, the like either previous relationships, or even if you haven't been in a previous relationship, you just have a sort of like, a sort of pessimistic outlook due to just negativity in the past. I feel like that comes into play because there's like this worry that's coming through of like, what if it doesn't work out? What if this isn't the right one? What if like I get my hopes up and things fall apart? But we're starting off in that positive place of the Six of Wands, so something that is welcomed, and we have to like remember that this is a welcomed scenario where this person is supposed to be in your life. This is the right person for you. And that's why we quickly move into the King of Wands here. So we go from that like celebration of this person coming through into that Nine of Wands. We're sort of hesitant toward it, but quickly into King of Wands of almost regaining control and returning back to that celebrated Six of Wands position. So it's really like you might have that hesitation for a second because of previous relationships, just negative mindset that you might have toward yourself. This could be the other person as well. This could be like what I'm seeing from them, that they have that sort of negative mindset, and that's why um, there's this bit of struggle, and they're the ones that have to sort of reevaluate things and get things back on track. But mainly, I would say it's only for a second, and then finally, it's like they you or them realize you just gotta go for it. You just gotta put your all in it and see where it goes, because that's the only way to you know see if there's a chance within this relationship, or else they'll regret it. But I see overall just like so much positivity here, because it is such a strong connection with the Lovers, with the Six of Wands, with somebody being like what you would hope for a while, but you didn't think that would come in, or you weren't really you might be completely here that you're caught off guard with the arrival of this person. Like they come in out of nowhere, and you're like, are you supposed to be here right now? Like, is it the right timing? But obviously it is whenever this person comes in. Not to mention, we have the Ten of Shells, which would be the Ten of Cups, and probably like the best card in the deck when it comes to a couple representing longevity in a relationship, married life, a bright future. So we have that here, blessings and well-being. Really seeing that future with this person, and this person really communicating to you that they also want that future. So being able to see so much, being able to see a lifetime with this person within that first meeting, and that's really what you get from that first impression, is that this is a lifetime in the works. You see this person coming through, and there's so much more to come in the future. We also have happy, happy, which is the start of something that will bring you so much joy. We see the egg at the bottom with like the keyhole in it, and this is like the key to this new life, this almost like rebirth that's coming through with so much positivity and so much radiance in the future. So overall, just very, very positive reading here. Might just be a second not to worry about that Nine of Wands, because it might just be a second where you're like, oh, is this person like real? Because it's really great. This is like the person that is just, they say all the right things and they really seem compatible with you, but there's still like that hesitation. Once again, that might be you, that might be them that's coming off of that hesitation, but it is real. It does seem like, this is the right timing. If you don't feel like it's the right timing, I think like it's all about building up this relationship and getting to a really good place. So that's what I'm seeing here. We're ending up with happy, happy, fresh, new, wonderful, bright, positive start at like a great life. We have the Ten of Shells with that bright future within this relationship with your future spouse, of course, your life partner, long-term love interest, whatever it is that you're looking for. But that is the last stack here with Adventurine. I want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch whatever portion of this video you watch. And I really, I am great, like really thankful. I hope that you and all your loved ones are doing well and staying safe and healthy. And I hope everything is really going good for you. I want to just like put that positive energy out there. If you're still watching, positive energy and positive vibes, great, wonderful wishes for all of you. And as always, please just have a wonderful, wonderful day, week, and year. Bye bye.